ranking. Well, today I'm ranking all the rooms on skeld. The whole 15 rooms are. There's a reason why I'm doing 15. I will ignore that noise. The reason I'm doing 15 is you'll figure out soon. And we'll be ranking all of the rooms. Yesterday I was with a friend of mine. Who is a friend of mine, which isn't the friend you've seen in that video that got deleted because of copyright issues. We were talking about this. So that's also where I got the idea to do this from. Which anyway, let's stop I should probably just stop overviewing now. You agreed? Okay, I'll stop overviewing and get actually into number 15, the worst room in the skeld map. You see all of these rooms on this map here. Some are big, some are small, but size wouldn't usually matter. Size does not usually matter half the time, especially if a room is even that small. And for that reason alone, the worst room in the game, on this map at least, is actually none other than electrical. This is actually the most popular room on the map, so you might be this is my opinion, no swearing in the comments by the way. You probably be wondering why I put this one so low. It's because every time I go into electrical, I have a little bit of a scary feeling. Like I get scared every time I go into electrical that I'd get picked up as a crewmate, and most of the time you will be crewmate, you won't be imposter that often. And the light sabotage, and probably being a victim to stat kills in this spot, and also these tasks. Every task apart from this task here is a little annoying. So that's why this has to be 15, the worst room in this map. And then again, others could have various opinions. Number 14. The number 14th room might be more of a less controversial one, as hardly anyone goes here unless they're a shapeshifter. So the room is exactly going to be medbay. Because medbay, hardly many people go there. And there's only two tasks here, one that's less annoying and one that's pretty useful. Because the reason I would have put this higher, but there is one thing holding it back. It's the fact that visual tasks can be toggled on and off. And with that alone being the case, the medbay visual task won't be that useful. And there's not much to use here. And also, as the imposter, this room can be pretty bad. Because if you exit the room after eliminating someone or killing someone in electrical, and you vent up, most likely people are going to use the vent in medbay, but there's a risk in doing that because there's a camera here, and people could see you coming out of medbay. So that's why medbay is here. Here at number 14. Yeah. Now number 13. This is also kind of this high for a pretty similar reason as medbay. And yes, you predicted well. I am talking about weapons. One, this room is not really a room, but it's on the map, and there are tasks here. There are technically tasks here. There's at least one task you can class into the room. But it's more of a gateway because not many people stop by here unless they have these tasks. Because there are 4 tasks in this room right now. There's vent clean, the visual task, and the download tasks. And you know the visual task with the panel with the little asteroid thingy? Not many people use it because again they can toggle off visual tasks in the settings. So for that, this one is number 13, but it's only number 13 and not that high, only because of the fact that the tasks here, there are more tasks. Well, apart from download, which also hold it back more, but it's still good enough. So we've done electrical, medbay, and weapons so far. What could be number 12? Number 12 could be something, right? And yeah, number 12 is actually a room without a vent. And the room, and that room without a vent I'm talking about is of course storage is going, because like I said, size doesn't matter, and you'd think this and cafeteria would be lower, right? Wrong. This is only number 12 because it's kind of bland. There's this little thing here. It's another gateway room. This visual task, because of toggling off visual tasks, is actually docked it, and sometimes if you shut the door, you can kind of sometimes get yourself stuck in the door, which is a little annoying, or even get outside the map, which sometimes can get annoying. I know that happens for other rooms, but here it's commonly happening more. And you also can do the wire outside here, so that's good at least. That's why it's number 12. And also there's a room connected to one of the tasks here, which is kind of bad. So, time for number 11 and 10. Number 11 and 10 is a tie between upper and lower engine because they look pretty much the same, but they hardly have any differences. So, I'm finding it very hard which one to pick. So, number 11 and 10 will just be a tie. As of now. That's why I'm taking up 2 spots. Because I do not see which to put where. Yeah, even I had a hard time, and so I just tried them. So we can go straight to number 9. Just like most of these rooms are all right. I'm closing the door in all the rooms that have been used, apart from weapons, which doesn't have a door. These rooms have all been used. Now it's going to be cafeteria, oxygen, communication, security, reactor, which will be next. You might be asking, which will be number 9. Number 9, I'll have to give number 9 to probably communications. This room here is pretty small, but it's number 9 because I don't care about the size usually, most of the time. Well, when it comes to certain things, sometimes I do care about the size, but yeah, don't worry. There's only 2 real tasks here and a sabotage. The very hard sabotage, which I found it very hard, but then I now figured out those little messed up lines here. Yeah, this sabotage here is docking at points, and it having only 2 tasks is docking at points a little. But you might be asking, how is this number 9? Because this is also a room that people use less of the time because I don't see many people going in here unless they have these tasks, or if there's a comm sabotage going on, and it's less likely for people to even use it unless you're like me, who uses the comm sabotage along with the other sabotage trick, which I can't show you on free play, to be honest, because as you can see, I do not know why it won't work on free play, but it works on real. So that's comms for you. So that was the number 9 spot. Now we have storage, and we have cafeteria, oxygen, navigation, shields. We have 6 rooms remaining. With 8 rooms remaining. Reactor security. Reactor security, cafeteria O2, navigation, shields, and one more which I'll keep a secret. For now at least. And number 7. You know this is a ship, right? And you know what's always going to guide the ship is none other than that. Then we're going to take a shortcut. Navigation. This room is also kind of small, but I like the tasks here better because there's a hiding spot for eliminations. The kill ranges can be broken sometimes. There are 2 vents. It is kind of small, so it is kind of high. But this is only number 8. And there's a lot left going to it, you know? So there's a lot more left to do. I might miss some stuff out, you know, because I do not have a list written of all the rooms. This is only number 8. We've got lots to go on. Now it's time for number 7. This room basically shares a similar design, but is a little bit bigger to navigation, and is also a room where something critical can take place. And yes, we have to go all the way to reactor. The reactor room has 2 tasks, well, technically 3 tasks, because and also there's this dummy task here, which is for show. Start reactor, which is probably the worst task in the game. But it's lucky it didn't dock points for it. I'm lucky I don't dock points for stuff like that. Most of the time, well, I was just feeling nice, okay? Because the reason this room was saved because of the sabotage and using my normal sabotage trick. I'm not going to show you the sabotage because I won't be able to fix it myself, because the sabotage requires 2 people. But this is kind of my least favorite sabotage for the sabotage, because you need 2 people, and less likely there won't be 2 people in responding, depending on if there's 3 left in the game. It would be a little tedious. So that is why it's at least number 7. Let's give it that at least. We have security, cafeteria, oxygen, navigation, security, cafeteria, oxygen, navigation, shields, and that other one. Now it's number 6. No, we don't have navigation. I'm sorry. Security, cafeteria, oxygen, shields, admin, navigation, admin, no, and then that other one. Yeah, sorry. Number 6. You know how there's actually one. Number 6 is actually a room. Of course, it is. That could be considered bad in some cases. Some cases, some people can't, because that's kind of the story with all of these. Because most of the left side is done apart from security, cafeteria, weapons. But there is one room that has kind of least doesn't have too much ratings because there's only, and it's kind of not good, so it's number 6, of course. We're talking about shields. The cons with this is that there's only 2 tasks. It's a visual task, which honestly half the time visuals aren't on, and which makes this worse, and probably the worst visual task in the game is the fact that only one person can do it before it's guaranteed gone. I wish I was making that up, but no. And this room is more of a gateway room. I see why this is needed though. So this is now number 6 at least. It's time for number 5. We have oxygen, admin, cafeteria. For 5, we have oxygen, admin, cafeteria, security. Which of those rooms it's going to be? Number 5 is none of those rooms, because this might not be considered as a room, but if it has a task there, it's technically a room if it has a task to do. So number 5 will go to the hallways, because the hallways has at least one task, which is a vent clean task, which I will prove that there is a vent clean task in the hallways. Never mind it. Okay, they don't want us know what. Yeah, but I'm counting it as a room because it still has clean venting. Or did they remove clean? Yeah, they have clean vent. Yeah, they still have clean vent, and the hallway can have a clean vent task. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'll allow it. Because it technically has clean vent, and that counts, and it has at least one task. The reason it's number 4, because you need more gateways. You need a lot of gateways, and there's technically clean vent. This is probably not a good choice. I'll just move on. I'm just moving on. I'm not going any further. Number 4. No noise. Number 4. You've got security. Now I have the real rooms up. You have security, oxygen, for number 4 we have security, oxygen, cafeteria, and admin. Now tell me, which is a room that people go in the most? You'd probably say cafeteria, which it is true, but no. At the beginning, everyone steps into admin. There's a map here, the upload terminal, an oxygen thing, which I'll talk about in a second, and the most common task of all is card swipe, which is pretty fun and a nice room. So this is why it's number 4. Now, number 3. It's easier to pick now. This room, that friend I was talking to actually said that this room would probably be the worst room. But I did ignore the noise. I disproved otherwise. Oxygen. It has the visual task again. It has other tasks. It has this. And an oxygen sabotage, which I use a lot. And it has this task. I sabotage oxygen a lot. So, you know, I have to put this up very high. It has a trash compactor if visual tasks are on. It has all these nice little hiding pockets. And size still doesn't matter. So this has to be number 3. Now there are 2 rooms left. And which would you think is going to be the runner-up? The runner-up room is... Oh, there's no drum roll, I'm afraid. Cafeteria is number 2. This is the room with free play where you can pick your roles. This is the room with another visual task. It has a download, it has a lot of tasks. And it has the most important thing of all, a meeting button. And also that's the top of cafeteria, which was pretty unnecessary, to be honest. Which I don't see why it should be too large and have that top bit, because but I can give it the edge though. I'll allow it. I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining too much about that. It's just the top bit. Not many people go there, and it's good for tasks, but that top bit is just not good. And there's also calling a meeting. And this is the most infamous map for this. And this is the most infamous meeting room in the game. Now, the best Among Us room on Skeld is security. This might be the smallest room, sure. You don't underestimate it. You don't always know if someone's faking wires, even if commentators on, because if they do this wire stuff, and if the taskbar does not go up, they won't do. But this has, very important, it has a vent system, a power diverter, and most importantly, cameras. And they are very important and very useful. And everyone should have them. And it's kind of useful, and it's balanced. If you turn off comms, then it doesn't work. So that's where it makes it more balanced. This is the best room. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and share in the comments, and see ya later.